What's up? Long live your turtle here, and today I want to tell you guys about my epic adventure from Connecticut to Colorado. I brought these 3 turtles with me. It was an awesome time. We made it here safe and sound. Let's get to it. So like I said, I had to travel from Connecticut to Colorado. I got a great job opportunity out here. I snagged it up, and it was time to move. And I had to move these 3 guys, well, 2 guys and 1 girl, all the way those 2,000 miles with me. So I got Moses in my hand. She's about 8 inches, and Crackers and Harold are about 6 inches. So pretty big turtles, and they're living creatures, and they have a lot of needs, and you got to take care of those needs. This is a really long trip. I left in early May, so the weather was a little chilly, and first things first, when I was moving, I had to figure out, hey, how am I going to take these guys all the way across the country with me? First question, how do I move myself and the turtles there? So I could take a bus, a train, my car, or a plane, or I could even ship them. However, it was a pretty easy decision. I had to move myself. I had to move my apartment in Connecticut all the way to Colorado, which meant I needed to get a big Penske moving truck and a car carrier for my car. So with that decision, it was time for me to figure out how am I going to carry these guys so it's convenient for me and comfortable for them, and how is this going to go? So going through options, I had plastic bins I could put them in. I could put them in a cardboard box like this. I could put them in a reptile cricket container like I already have. But all of those weren't great. If I had them in a single plastic bin, I would have 3 bins I would have to juggle around. This took 4 days, so this needed to be as convenient as it could be, going in and out from hotels and any kind of errands, getting food. So I wanted to come up with something really convenient. A box gets soggy, smells bad, hard to clean. That was out the window. These little bins, too small, too hard to keep track of. So what did I go with? Well, I went with the triple plastic drawer. Got this guy at Walmart. It was about $10. I have 3 turtles, so 1 turtle for each drawer. They're about 8 inches deep, so I could fill them with water if I needed to. And it's pretty slim. And in the Penske truck, I wish I took a picture, but there was a huge gap between the driver's seat and the shotgun seat. So this could fit right in between those seats. It actually acted as a little shelf or an armrest. It was excellent. So how this worked was simply, Moses was the biggest turtle, so she went on the bottom shelf. However, I'll just give you the example. Boom, simple. Fits right in there. It's not a tight seal, so plenty of air can circulate through here. I actually kept the drawers a little bit open, just so more air could get in there and the turtles were comfortable. Let's see how she does during this video. She might scratch around. That's okay. So I had my container picked out. My 3 turtles were in it. I was in the truck, and I had 4 days of driving ahead of me. It was about 30 hours of driving, and I stayed in 3 hotels. I had a buddy come with me. He was awesome, helped out a lot. But this method really was super convenient. So things to consider when you're driving across the country with your turtle. First thing is, what weather are you going to be driving through? Is it going to be really cold? Is it going to be temperate? Super hot? Because that temperature is really important for keeping these guys comfortable during your drive. If it's really cold or really hot, you can't just leave them in the car and go out and eat for 2 hours or go shopping or do some touristy thing. You need to know they're in there, and they could get way too cold and you could lose your favorite pets. So make sure you know where you're driving and what the weather will be like, especially if you ever have to leave the car and leave them in there. The second thing is, how long are you going for? I went for 4 days. I brought a little bit of food. Before I actually left for the trip, I didn't feed them 24 hours beforehand because I didn't want them to make a mess in their containers. and it worked really well. They only had a little bit of stinky poo going around, but because I had this awesome plastic bin, it was super easy to clean. The third thing you need to think about is where are you going to stay with these guys when you have to go to sleep at night, because you can't just drive straight 32 hours without stopping. You got to go to a hotel, you got to camp out, you have to sleep somewhere. So I stayed at 3 hotels. All I did when I got to the hotel was checked in, threw my little jacket over them, and walked up into the room, and voila, they were safe and sound in the room, not bothering anybody, and we were all ready to sleep. So with them in the hotel room, what I did was I put them in the bathtub. I cleaned out all the bins, got all the poop out, and then I actually filled them with about 1/3 water for each bin. This gives them an environment that they're used to, and they make a lot less noise because they're not scratching plastic. They're in the water, and they're being pretty calm now. So with that, I kept my hotel room temperature at a reasonable 70 degrees, and I went to bed. Once the lights were out, these guys really stopped moving. In the morning, when I woke up, I dumped the water into the toilet. Let's be polite, people. Don't just dump dirty turtle water into the bathtub. Dump it into the toilet. Let's practice good hygiene here. Clean out the bin, and you're on the road again. I did this for 3 nights. I had absolutely no problems. So when I finally got to my Colorado apartment, the first thing I did was I filled up my bathtub, probably halfway. I set up a janky basking area just so they'd finally get that heat lamp and that UVB, and I got right to work setting up their new fish tank with their awesome new basking area, and before I knew it, it was done. The turtles were swimming around in here, and we had made it. There were no issues. Everyone was safe and sound, and that's the end. The adventure was complete. If you have any questions on my travel, leave a comment below. Like the video, subscribe. If you like watching my videos, what do you want to see me do next with the tank? The base is pretty boring. I had sand in there before, but I got nothing now. And I'm actually thinking of putting backgrounds on the basking platform, the bottom, and making this thing look a lot better. So if you have any suggestions, throw them in the comments. I'd love to hear them. Thanks for watching. See ya.